Yeah, how you doing? Just thought I'd give you a quick Voyager rundown. Uh, yeah, so just fire it up and wait for it to load up. And there, this is the screen you get. What I need to do is startup section on the fly, drag script. I'll explain these in a bit more detail in a minute. Startup section, connect, and it starts connecting to everything. There's camera, cooling, mount. It fires up PhD, get it looping, yep, and it opens up sky charts as well. Connect to mount, connect, and there we go. So I've got all my gauges, all my whatever you want to call them, widgets they're called actually, along here. Cooling, so it should be starting to cool. I'm going to change my -15, go. Alright, now we're cooling. So you have this startup area, which basically you just have connect and disconnect is all you need here. On the fly is a section that you would use if you're not using a script. But I will be using a script. What I will do quickly is just go into here, into the mount, and clear my alignment points, because the script I have will go and make it plate solve and sync straight away. And where is my controller? Actually, I can just do it from here. And I will park the mount in the home position. Which it is doing. So, yep, cooling is happening. And yeah, so on the fly you've got here, basic target. I'll explain this in a second actually. In drag script here, I will load up my drag script, which will be tonight's mono script. Yeah, we're going on cooling. Parked. Alright, so I'm just going to run the script and hopefully it will go and do its thing. The other thing I need to do is open up the FITS viewer so I can see what images are coming through. And then so basically you've got this monitor section here which tells you what the mount's actually doing. It's slewing. This section here is I don't know what you want to call it, where you can have either drag script on the fly, start up. You can have a setup section in there as well, which I should go through and show you in a second. And drag script. So basically blind solving. Yep, there's the image. No. Oh, how come it's already got 2 align points? I thought I deleted them. I will delete them. There they are. They're gone. Blind solving. Did it just sync? No, it did not. Alright, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna stop this. I'll abort that and run the script again. Let's see if it does it properly this time. While I'm waiting for it to do that, the way this thing runs, editors, it basically runs on sequences. The sequence is like a plan in APT. I don't know if you ever did much, I don't know if you use scripts much in APT, but I did, and it's becoming quite handy. Now, did that sync? Alright, it's not syncing for some reason. I will abort that. Let's see where it is pointing. Oh yeah. Let's make it go and, oops, wrong one. Let's make it go and do it itself. Just make sure I am still recording. Yeah, I am. So on the fly is where you'd use it. So here we go. Blind solve actual coordinates and make it go and take an exposure and solve it. Once it solves it, I have to look into this. I only just modified the script the last time I ran this a few nights ago. It was working. Then I'll have to have a look at that. But the sequences is basically how this thing runs. I'll show you the sequence editor. The first one, the first target it's going to go to is M20. What's going on here? Why is it? Alright, there we go. So it has solved. Yes, it has solved. It has found its coordinates. Sync. Yes. Sync done. Come into here, and yes, I do have an alignment point. Alright, so I'll just run that drag script, and even if it does not sync, it should still be alright. Anyway, so back to the sequence editor. The first target it's going to go to is M20. Got target name here. Put that in. You got this this thing here. You can chuck in whatever target you want, like M20 for example. Go find, and it'll give you all the details on it. So yeah, it's going to be in there. So yeah, oops, use that. And so yeah, you go. Why is it all grayed out? Because it's not. That's interesting. Yeah, you go through. You got how. Yeah, because I haven't actually loaded one. All right, let me load. M20. There we go. That's better. So yeah, light frame filter, exposure, how long the exposure is going to be. Yep, plate solving's found. Yep, plate solving's good. Binning, gain, offset, how many exposures to do. Then you've got down here sequence, whether how many times it's going to go around. If you've got filters and stuff, I'll just keep this brief for the moment. So it's just going to do it once. Then you've got this constraints tab where you can, if target is below this altitude or above this altitude, before or after hour angle, or before focusing, or before or after azimuth. Then on start, when it starts, just basically have it point to target, which is plate solving, pointing to target precisely, and inject focus on start, so when it finds, it'll go and focus. cooling, cooling tab, pointing tab, rotator, which I don't use, tracking, plate solving tab, meridian flip, which you just basically say, yep, manage it and inject focus on meridian flip. There's a guiding tab, so you can set up, like 2.5 second exposures, bidding at 1, and then a shot tab, which is quite simple. Focus tab, which basically tells it there are a couple of different focus methods. Local field, which is what it's doing at the moment, which takes an average across the whole field, or RoboStar, which just takes focus on one star itself. And then in here I tell it to focus every 30 minutes. So every 30 minutes it'll just focus, and then if it has an error, do nothing, and when it finishes, do nothing. And that's a sequence basically, and that's M20. So you save that and it gets saved in as a file, as you just saw me open, so I'll close that. So how are we going over here? Yep, it's found it, it's focused. So I got my focus down here, it's focused it. I can actually call it up. Yep, that was its focus. It's focused. Its HF half flux diameter is 2.83, which is good. That's actually very good. Sequence information, how long the sequence is going to be, target information, just data acquisition. It's just, what's where the mount's pointing, you can see what's there. Operations, it's tracking, it's not slewing, it's guiding. The meridian flip will be not happening, we're past it. It's exposing currently. The guiding tab, temperature, and then you've got control down here over each control for the mount, control for the camera, control over guiding, and control over the focuser. And then the only other thing I'll show you quickly, so the drag script's running. It's just going to run through the drag script editor, which is here. I'll just load up this script to show you quickly, which is tonight's mono script. And this is where you build it all. So you've got all the stuff here on the right hand side, like actions, all the different things you can put in, like session, for example, will be, sequence. So what I've got in here is, wait for astronomical twilight. So that'd probably be in timing. The wait time, wait for astronomical night. Anyway, unparking, it unparks, it starts tracking, it just goes to zenith, blind solve without sync, which I'm going to look at, but then it goes in through the sequences. So this is M20, and when you put one in, I'll just show you throw in a sequence, it comes up, not configured, so you need to go in and configure it. I'll just show you the configuration on M20. It just comes up with this one window here. You just start and end from sequence and finish running exposure in case of your elapsed time for sequence execution. So if it runs over, it'll just finish its exposure instead of just cutting it off dead halfway through. The only thing I really use here is the override. Override lower hour angle value, and override higher hour angle value. And I've got set here for this one -3 hours and +2 hours. So that's 3 hours before the meridian and 2 hours after the meridian. So when it gets to 2 hours past the meridian, or 2.3 hours past the meridian, it is going to end this sequence and move into the next one, which will be the helix. And the configuration for the helix is 2.3 to 2. So I'm basically running them at 2 hours. And so once you configure the sequence, once you put your script together, you save the script, and as you saw me, don't save it. As you saw me, I just went in here, open drag script, load it, hit run, and off it goes, and now it's doing its thing. Taking some M20 for me, number 2, in perfect focus, and I can now walk away from this and do whatever I need to for the night. So that's Voyager. I hope that was somewhat informative. I will have a look into the script for the solve and sync thing. But yeah, otherwise, I hope the fan noise in the background wasn't too loud. But yeah, so tonight's sky. As you can see, what's it like? Yeah, it's not too bad. A little bit of schmutz moving past, but anyway. But I shall catch you soon.